Hello, and welcome to our presentation on co-creating Outbreak and sequencing information in open and accessible ways. My name is Carlos Christopher Goller, and along with David Tully, we are both at NC State and working on open and accessible ways of sharing student-created content. These slides are available at go.ncsu.edu/Outbreak24. So we developed a course with the goal of learning about recent outbreaks and sequencing approaches in ways that students could co-create and summarize information in ways that were more digestible for the public. Our learning outcomes for this session are for you to be able to describe how to implement co-writing activities such as this one in courses, explain how the co-creation of resources can help students incorporate different perspectives and practice attribution and citation etiquette, and list several advantages and disadvantages of collaborative classwork. Through this, one of the major outcomes is for us to be able to share ideas on how variations of this approach can be implemented in different courses. And again, I'm Carlos Goller, and this work was done along with David Tully. So the Honors 312 class has the goal of demystifying the word outbreak, which often generates several reactions, including fear. However, there is a rich history of outbreaks and interdisciplinary perspectives required for the understanding of outbreak prevention. So in this class, an Honors 312 forum class, we co-create case studies based on recent outbreaks. The class was designed to meet Quality Matters, a structure for an online or blended course, and we have online components as well as in-person discussions. And in person, we engage in applying, analyzing, sharing, reflecting, and designing work in 2-week outbreak cycles. So for example, this is a screen capture of our site, and we focus on Ebola for 2 weeks and a recent outbreak. Through Teams, group work, Google Docs, and the co-creation, groups are tasked with doing research on the outbreak, sharing materials, proofreading, and fact-checking. And the example on the right is a document we co-created in 2 sessions, spending 30 minutes writing, and then each group would refine their section and share with others. And in this case, it's a Google Doc we all created on the Ebola virus outbreak in Uganda in 2022. And we have various examples. We've done outbreaks on measles, Ebola, Mpox, dengue, norovirus, salmonella, listeria, brucella. And the goal here is to include scenarios and concepts of ongoing or recent outbreaks that may be smaller yet are significant. We talk about mosquitoes, contaminated oysters, raw milk consumption, travel-associated outbreaks, and research and surveillance through an interdisciplinary lens, and we really do emphasize citation etiquette and attribution. In another class we recently launched this spring, it's called Portable Genome Sequencing, and we use handheld devices that offer the possibility of making portable genomics and conservation genomics more accessible in the field and now in the classroom. However, the fast-paced development of approaches and continuous updates present a challenge for newcomers to this field. So the goal of this portable genome sequencing class was to co-create a guide after students, both undergraduate and graduate students in this 400, 500 level class, share their perspectives and experiences, as well as resources they find on specific topics that are related to the use of these devices. So for example, we developed online asynchronous and in-person lab sessions. Participants learned various techniques such as genomic DNA sequencing, preparing and stabilizing samples, and we synthesized that information in a common Google document we will prepare for an Pressbook site that we are developing. So we go from Google Docs that are co-created every week, providing time for participants to reflect, share resources, edit text, and as you can see in pink, share contributions. And then we've taken that information and summarized it in the form of a Pressbooks open educational resource, highlighting attribution and Creative Commons. So examples of collaborative work in this class include work on the Google Doc, people focusing on workflows or procedures they are more familiar with, participants sharing tips after performing the experiments in class, and even asking questions to tech support and revising the protocols. On the Pressbooks site, we've also included the perspectives of summer students that participated in a 2-week research experience for undergraduates on sequencing in 2023. So how can we share and celebrate the work performed by these scholars? We can do so thanks to the NC State libraries and open educational resources.
Scholars can share their work through open resources, making content freely available for use, modification, and sharing. This can include things like publishing textbooks, supplementary materials such as slides and test banks, videos, audio, images, and datasets on various online platforms and repositories. Open licensing allows others to use and adapt these resources, broadening their impact and accessibility. The Open Pedagogy Incubator at North Carolina State University Libraries supports scholars in going one step further than creating or adapting materials by helping them to implement open educational practices into their teaching. In this multi-semester program, faculty receive training in open pedagogy and create plans for integrating these practices into their courses. The program creates an interdisciplinary community where scholars can share their experiences, celebrate their achievements, and learn from each other. The incubator encourages collaboration among a diverse group of participants from various disciplines, career stages, and levels of open pedagogy knowledge. This cross-disciplinary and even cross-institutional approach allows scholars to connect, share their work, and celebrate each other's contributions to open education. The Old Textbook Project provides grants and hands-on support to scholars, helping them adapt or create openly licensed materials. This program not only supports the sharing of resources, but also recognizes and celebrates the efforts of scholars in advancing open education. By making their work publicly accessible and adaptable, scholars can receive recognition for their contributions and impact. By participating in some of these aforementioned programs and using open licenses, scholars can effectively share their work with a wider audience, celebrate their contributions, and help develop a culture of open and inclusive scholarship.
So there are numerous opportunities to create new outbreaks every semester. And in the fall semester, this semester, we are working on refining the documents that were created in the spring to create educational case studies we post on the Open Access Learn Gala platform. We also have H5P activities that we are sharing with other educators and focusing on inclusion of individual projects and accessibility. Thank you.